Hello. Today we're going to look at Paolo's bow tie ring with a gemstone. It's made up of three parts. It's made up of a bow tie, a loop, a brush, a gemstone, and a shank. So let's see how we can recreate this similar but parametric in Grasshopper using AJ. When you pull this definition in particular, it's broken down into a ring shank, a bow tie, and the basket. You'll see these yellow areas, which are panels, and inside each of these panels is a description of exactly what's happening. In this particular case, here is the bow tie, and it explains how it works and is put together. You may want to stop the video at this point and read this to get an understanding of what is going on. The first section is the Ryan ring shank. That's this here. Right now we have it. You can change the form of it, and you'll see it changes as you go through and change the shape of it. Okay? Now you can change the width of this at any point as well, but let's divert from that. In group one, you may want to stop the video and take a look and read this. It explains to you how the ring shank is made and set up. Okay? So each of these is a profile on the shank. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is creates a line to move the profile here. 5 profiles. Now at the top, you can offset it, and if you mirror it, it becomes a split shank. You can adjust them in and out. You can adjust the bottom. By doing that, you can now create a crisscross shank. That's the beauty of parametrics. You can change and adjust almost everything, and we'll leave it at this right now because we're just making this ring shank. Now we're going to, right here we can see we can adjust the position. Okay. So there's the ring shank. You can adjust the widths, everything that you want. So we can adjust the width at the top if we want it wider. We can adjust the thickness. Okay. And you can adjust the shape at this position. If you don't like any profile, you can add a custom profile here. Now the next section is how we create the bow tie. In here is how the bow tie is made. You may want to pause the video to take a look at this and read this over. But let's walk through it. I'm going to turn the shank off. The bow tie is made in 2 pieces, a loop, a mirror, this bow tie section that's mirrored to the opposite side. The first section is created here using the bend curve between 2 straight lines. These 2 straight lines are represented here by the blue and red dots. So you can change the end color if you want. But I like red and green. Okay, you can bend them, and you can see how the bow tie changes in shape as you bend the curve. So you can play with this until you're happy. You can adjust the points. You can move in the Y direction. Notice how the red ball moves. You can lower it down if you don't want in this particular case, the bow tie to catch on things. Okay. Now, you also have the bow tie curve. This curve relates to this. You can see how each of the points can be moved. And they create the curve. As you follow the curve through, it's using a sweep 1 with a profile. Now you can change the shape of the profile, which changes the shape of the bow tie. You can rotate it. You can make it taller and wider. So you can see the beauty of parametric design. Let's go with smooth. Also up here, we're using in the top loop, we're using the 7-point profile, 7-point sweep. Each of these points can have an individual universal profile maker, and each of those profiles can be easily moved. But this is the middle section profile, points 3, middle, and 5. Now what we can do is change the shape of that too. And you can see how it changes. Now we can rotate it. You can make it taller, thinner, wider, whatever you decide. We're going to leave it like that for now. Okay, the next section is the basket setting. Here's the description of how the basket setting works in group 3. If you'd like to read it, you can pause the video at this point and read it. But basically, it creates the gemstone and its parts at point 0, and then uses orient to ring top to move it from 0, to the top of the ring. Let's turn the shank on. Now, you can go in here, you change the shape. Okay, when you see it disappear in here, you can make slight adjustments. This is a rail profile. It's a square profile. Points on a rail. There you go. It brings it back. Now you can rotate this. You can see we have it rotated slightly. Let's use a rounded square. Okay, that takes the edges off the profile there. So now you can change the shape of the gemstone to whatever shape you want. The basket changes automatically. You can change the width of it to the gemstone that you have. And you can go in here, change the claw location and how the claws are shaped. You can make them round. You can make them anything you want. triple sharp to give them character. Everything with this is very parametric. Now, to prove that it's parametric, you can come back here, change the ring size, and everything will move with the ring size, giving you flexibility to customize your bow tie ring any way you like. Thank you for watching.